Hi guys, Hans here from Kunidev. In this Unity 6 UI Toolkit tutorial series, I'll guide you through how to use Unity's newest UI system called UI Toolkit. If you're already familiar with the old UI canvas, you might find UI Toolkit a bit confusing at first, but don't worry, throughout this series, I'll show you all the essential usage, function, as well as tips and tricks to help you use UI Toolkit effectively in your games. But before that, if you have any question, suggestion, idea about Unity, you can join our Discord server, the link is below. In this video, I'll show you how to display text in a UI document and create a simple incremental system to update your currency so it always shows the correct amount. It's very simple and easy, just follow along and you'll be surprised at how quickly you can pick it up. So, let's go! First, open Unity 6. I'm using Unity 6.3 LTS, but honestly, the version doesn't matter much. Just use the latest version and you'll be good to go. Okay, now go to the Project tab, right-click inside this Assets folder, and let's create a new folder called UI Toolkit. Inside this folder, double-click it, right-click, and go to the Create tab here, and go to the UI Toolkit and create a panel setting assets. You can leave it right just like that. Okay. Click the new panel settings, go to the inspector and go to the scale mode, click scale with screen size, screen match mode match width and height, and you can create a size that you want. In this project, I'll use 960 and 600 and the match height and weight and 0.5. This ensures your UI scale properly across different screen size. Next, right click again in this UI Toolkit folder, create UI Toolkits, click the UI document or UXML here. You can rename it display currency or whatever name that you want to use in this UI Toolkits document. Okay, next, go to the hierarchy tab here, right click, create UI Toolkit UI document. And you can rename it whatever you want. In this case, I will just name it UI currency. Okay, in this UI currency game object here, go to the inspector. You see there is an empty visual tree asset. You click this UI documents display currency, drag and drop it in the source asset. Now, let's build the UI. Double click the source asset and you will see this UI builder tab here. Okay, before creating the UI, select the word display currency here and set the canvas size to match your game resolution. Here, width and height 960 or 600, or you can click this match game view column here. So you can clearly see how your UI appear in the games. Something like this. Now let's build the UI. Go to the hierarchy panel here, drag and drop a visual element into it. Okay. You won't see anything yet, so go to the inspector and click this position component here and change this position mode from relatives to absolute. Do not worry too much about relative versus absolute for now. We'll cover that in the future video. Next, go to the size sections. Here, size. Set width and height to pixel and adjust it to your desired size. Change it to the pixel. So let's say 200 and 100. This will be your currency background. You can then position it anywhere you like. Let's place it in the center. If you don't see anything in the game view, that's because there's no background color yet. So go to the background color and change this color to whatever you want. You can choose green, yellow. I'm gonna go with yellow here. And if you like, you can change the border here and change the radius to make it look more like a button or like a currency bar. Now let's go to the how to display the text. Go to the library tab here, library tab, and go to the control and drag and drop this label to inside the visual element. This is going to be the text that display your currency. So let's set this position to absolute again, position mode, absolute. So you can freely adjust its size. So let's go to the text. You can change the size of the font style. Let's change to like 20. So we can scroll to zoom in and zoom out, and we can reposition it and put it in the middle. Now here is the important part. Rename the label to something unique, like here, like currency label. Because we'll use this name in our script later on. Now that the UI is ready, let's connect it with a script. Save it. Now you can see in your game view, there is the UI currency tab that displays the text. Let's play it for a while. Okay, now you have already finished the first part of using the UI Toolkit to display the text currency. Okay, now let's connect it with a script. Go to the assets and create a folder and name it script. Okay, double click, right click and create model behavior script, and I'll just rename it to currency script. Double click. So I am using VS Code, but you can use any kinds of text editor that you like. So let's go and create a script. On the top of this script, you need to using Unity Engine dot UI elements. This is so you can talk to the UI toolkits in your script. Okay. Okay, so now I have prepared a simple currency display script. So we'll start with a simple variable called currency, which is a 0, and an increment per second, which is 1. And this is the important part. You need to reference the label, the text that we talk about in the UI toolkit, and name it whatever you want. In this case, I'm gonna just use currency label and a simple timer. So the most important tips here is you need to get the UI document, the reference. So we need a file roots equals the get component, the UI documents, and the root visual element. This is the way to talk to the UI document that we created. And then use the currency label equal root.q.label. The name that you have to be the same with your UI toolkit document. So we go to UI document, this one, the currency label text. You can simply copy it, paste it here. Okay, I create a simple update URL functions, which is the increment per second, a simple update UI that update the currency label.text with the current currency. Let's save it. Now that the script is finished, just drag and drop the currency script into the UI currency inspector here. Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's try it. Let's click play. Now you see your UI Toolkit UI currency has already successfully displayed the text using the script. Congratulations! You have successfully created a currency UI display using UI Toolkit. See? It's actually pretty simple, right? First, UI Toolkit might look intimidating at first, but once you understand the basics, it becomes a very powerful system for building UI in your games. Alright guys, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this tutorial series, let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover next. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. See you next time.